Let me take you guys in for a second. There's a gap between claiming to be something and actually being that something. And that is true for being an American and claiming to be one. The year was 1987. Some of you weren't born yet. Before Facebook, Instagram, before cell phones. November 30th, a week after my 17th birthday, I was a boy with two $100 bills in one pocket, a piece of paper with a phone number on it in the other. My suitcase had everything I could fit in it. Heart full of American dreams. Didn't speak the language, and there wasn't anyone there to welcome me. I was standing all alone, looking at an ocean of people. I thought, when I woke up this morning, just 10 hours ago, I was someone. I was someone's son. I was someone's best employee. I was someone's classmate. But now I'm no one. I'm nothing. Standing there all alone, looking at an ocean of people, none of whom know me, none of whom care I ever existed. I knew I could not stand there forever, but my feet were not moving. And once I saw the last person from my flight walk past me and disappeared into that crowd, things got real. I realized everything I've ever done, everything I've ever said, and every person I have ever met was now thousands of miles behind me. And in front of me was absolute unknown. Now, I knew I couldn't stand at the gate at JFK, so I took a step towards unknown, towards my dreams. But my brain was in overdrive. My ears were trying to pick up any sound I could recognize. My eyes were scanning, looking for something, anything to calm my panic. You know, in the movies, when the hero is about to freak out, universe sends him a sign of hope. She sent me a sign, a big one. Like the small red and white Turkish flag packed into my bag, reminder of my homeland, now thousands of miles behind me, there was a big red sign straight ahead, looking at me, essentially smiling, with white markings. It said, Coca-Cola. Above a hot dog stand. I was about to have my first meal in America, authentic American food. Hot dog and the biggest red and white cup of Coca-Cola I have ever seen. As I was about to have my first meal in America, I wondered if Americans ever felt about hot dog and Coca-Cola as I did at that moment. I wondered, do they know? Do they really, really know just how many of us around the world, while being punished for being who we are, while being tortured for saying what we think, while rotting in prisons because we want our governments to do better, connect to a place in our hearts where people are free to speak what they say, what they want, free to do what they want to do, free to just be. Essentially, a safe haven for all the round pegs in this square world, place we all call America. My first week, I was like a newborn whose reality was expanding with each new step. I was having one amazing, exciting experience after another. Turn on the shower, running hot water. I went to the biggest store I've ever seen, called Kmart, and they had everything. I went to a restaurant with a buffet on it, and they had every imaginable food on it. And they said I could eat and drink as much as I wanted. I said, America is the greatest place on earth. Americans are the luckiest people ever. A week later, my host took me for a drive. We went to a neighborhood where cars were on cinder blocks, kids in diapers were playing in dirt, and there were people in the corner drinking out of brown bags. I recognize this as the ghetto from the movies I've seen. And he said, look around you. This too is America. Living in America doesn't mean you made it. You're not going to be rich just because you're here. Yes, America is the land of opportunities, but that's only a potential. You still have to do the work. Think of it like this is the sandbox we all play in. And sandbox only provides you the sand. You get to build whatever you want to build. Now, we don't care what you did before and who you were before you got here, but we do care what you're going to do in this sandbox. We do care what you're going to build. We do care what you bring into the mix. What are you going to do with this opportunity? And that made an impact. Because I remember back home, they told me I was stupid and useless. My parents used to tell me, if you become a handle to an axe, you should consider yourself lucky. I remember my teachers beating me with real hate in their eyes and telling me if I don't get on with the program, I would die in their hands. I remember telling people, when I grow up, I want to help others, and everyone in the room laughing, telling that would never happen. But I knew all I wanted was an opportunity. And if America was going to give me that opportunity, I was going to be the best American I could be. Being an American, what did that mean? I spent the next 30 years of my life finding answers to that question, preparing for this talk. What does it mean being an American? Is there an American spirit to be had? Yes. Is there a difference between being an American and claiming to be one? Yeah. Could you be born and live here all your life, yet not be an American? Yeah. It was just a year after my arrival I got my citizenship. I was really happy. Now, a lot of people still hated me. They used to call me a goddamn foreigner. And in 1988 in North Carolina, they had no problem telling me that every time I spoke. But I felt like I was finally home. And I wanted to show America and her people for letting me, my appreciation for letting me be one of them. I wanted to show America my appreciation for letting me call myself an American. And I thought working at McDonald's wasn't going to do the trick. So I joined the military, I enlisted, and I became an Air Force. I enlisted for Air Force. A couple years later, I was deployed to Saudi Arabia during Desert Storm. One night in Riyadh, my friends and I walked out of a restaurant. We got cornered by locals. They start yelling insults. They threatened us. They called us Christian foreign fighters in Holy Land. They called us infidels, to be beheaded. I stood there proudly with my brothers in arms, representing my country, United States, being called a Christian crusader and an infidel in a land I, as a Muslim, considered to be my holy land. But I didn't bridge the gap until my deployment was over and I was back on US soil, back on my base in New Mexico. One day, after my shift, I came to the barracks to find my dorm room wide open. Someone went into my room and essentially destroyed it. My clothes, uniforms on the floor. Someone ripped my posters off the walls and left a handwritten sign for me to find. It said, "Go home, you Muslim bastard. We hate you. We will kill you." Standing there on the military base, still in uniform, looking at a destroyed room, thinking 3 months ago, my life was threatened in Saudi Arabia for being an American Christian crusader, and now on the base, having my life threatened for being Muslim by one of my brothers in arms. I came to the understanding, although years had passed, I've assimilated, sacrificed, and volunteered for my country. Yet for some, I would always be a goddamn foreigner. I understood being an American is different than claiming to be one. It's something deeper. It's something more meaningful. Because being means embodiment of the spirit. And yes, there is an American spirit to be had. And if you don't have it, I don't care if you're born here and live here all your life. I don't care if you're a citizen through naturalization or because you were born. And I don't care if you're a veteran. If you don't embody the American spirit, you're not being an American. You just happen to be here. American spirit has 3 distinct qualities. 1, we are dreamers, and we dream big. You can go to the poorest neighborhood, in the worst situations, on the worst dire conditions, you will find Americans are dreaming of a better world, and they're speaking about their dreams. And because we are a tribe of dreamers, we believe anything is possible. But we don't just dream, we chase our dreams. When we have a dream, we're like a dog on a bone, baby. We will go after that dream for thousands of miles. We don't care if you tell us it's never been done before or if it's impossible. You cannot make us stand down from following our dreams. And 3, we are givers. And we give of ourselves. When someone needs our help, we don't care who and we don't care where. We show up. It could be someone with a flat tire on the side of the road, or it could be a lost fisherman in the Indian Ocean. When you call us, we step up. Not because we seek fame and fortune, but because it's the right thing to do. Being an American is a mindset. It expands beyond our borders. It transcends the limitations of nationality, citizenship, even physical location. So I say this, if you are a round peg in this square world, and you have big dreams, and you're willing to chase those dreams to the end of the world, whether people calling your name, even they're threatening your life. And if you are willing to do the right thing, even when it's not the easiest thing to do, then I say you are being an American, regardless of where you're from. Yeah. Thank you.